friends, in the previous video we have seen how to find out moment of inertia of composite section. Now in this video I am going to solve one problem based on moment of inertia of a T section. Now this is problem. T section has flange 120 mm into 20 mm. You know, flange means horizontal flange. Horizontal is a flange. And wave 15 mm into 120 mm. Wave means vertical side. Now, overall depth is 140 mm. Calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal axis. Means I-axis and IYY of the T section we have to find out. Now what is so draw first T section. So this is T section. This is flange and this is wave. Now flange having dimensions, flange 120 mm into 20 mm. 20. Now this is vertical is wave. Now wave is of 15 mm into 120 mm. This is 15 and depth is 120 and the overall depth is 140 mm. So this is 120 and this is 20, so 140. Now this is T section. So this is T section. Now friends, see how to solve this problem. So solution. We know the first step. First step is split up this section into basic sections. So you know, so this is section 1 and this is section 2. Now section 1 having centroid G1, section 2 having centroid G2. Now draw a line, dot a line at the bottom. This is our reference axis and one line at left end of the section. So this is our vertical reference axis and this is horizontal reference axis. Now this is x1, that is distance of G1 from vertical reference axis, that is nothing but x1. x2 is distance of G2 from vertical reference axis. So our second step is to find out x1, x2, then y1, y2, a1, a2. So x1, here x1 is, this total is 120, half is 60, so this is 60, 60, 60. x1 is 60 mm, x2 is also 60 mm. Now y1, y2. So what is y1? Distance of G1 from bottom, that is y1. Distance of G1 from bottom. So this is y1, this is y1, and y2 is what? Distance of G2 from bottom. So this is y2. Now y1 is what? This total is 120, this is half, so 60 mm. y1 is 60 mm. And y2 is what? This is y2. y2 is what? This is 120 plus 20, half of 20, that is 10 plus 120, that is 130 mm. Now A1, that is area of section 1. Area of section 1 is 120 into 15, 120 into 15, that is 1800 mm square, and A2, that is area of section 2, so 120 into 20, that is 2400 mm square. So this is the our requirement. Now we know if x1 is equal to x2, then that is also equal to x bar, so that is equal to 60 mm. So x bar is 60 mm. So this is our x bar. Sorry, this is our x bar. Now draw centroidal axis. So see, it is passing through both G1 and G2. Now find out y bar by using formula A1 y1 plus A2 y2 divided by A1 plus A2. Now that is equal to A1 is what? 1800 into y1 60 plus A2 2400 into y2 130 divided by A1 1800 plus A2 2400. Now y bar becomes, put all these values in your calculator, it becomes 100 mm. So y bar is 100 mm. Y bar means distance of centroid of this whole section, composite section, from bottom. So this is 120, so 100 lies at this point. So this is horizontal centroidal axis XX. This is XX axis. This is YY axis. Now this is Y bar. This is our Y bar. Now next step is to find out moment of inertia. So how to find out? Let us see. Now we have to find out moment of inertia of this T section about XX axis and about YY axis. So let us see first about XX axis. So mi of T section about XX axis, about centroidal XX axis. So XX axis is nothing but centroidal axis. So let us see. So what is formula? Ixx is equal to Ixx1, starting here from here. Ixx is equal to, what is Ixx of T section is equal to Ixx of section 1 plus Ixx of section 2. Ixx1 plus Ixx2. Now this is main centroid G. Now you can see G and G1, there is some distance. Also in G2 and G, there is also some distance. So if there is a distance between main centroid G and centroid of each section, then use parallel axis theorem. So what is parallel axis theorem? So for section 1, use separate parallel axis theorem. For section 2, use separate parallel axis theorem. Now for section 1, it is Ig plus AH square. So as it is section 1, right here 1. So Ig1 plus A1H1 square. Now we are going to find out moment of inertia about x-axis, horizontal axis. So Ig means moment of inertia of section 1 about x-axis. So that x-axis is this for section 1. So for second section, it is Ig, parallel axis theorem is Ig2 plus A2H2 square. So that is equal to Ig1 for section 1 is, we know for rectangular section Ix is BD cube divided by 12 plus A1. H1 means what? Distance between these two centroids. Distance between these two centroids. This is centroid of section 1 and this is main centroid. So distance between these two centroids is nothing but H1. So this is H1. Now what is this H1? This total is Y bar and this is Y1. So Y bar minus Y1. So H1 means Y bar minus Y1 and bracket square plus Ig2. Ig2 means moment of inertia of this section. So this is a rectangular section. So BD cube divided by 12 about x-axis plus A2 area of section 2 and H2 is what? Distance between these two centroids, that is G2 and G. So this total is Y2 and this is Y bar. So Y2 minus Y bar. Y2 minus Y bar bracket square. So this bracket is for section 1, this bracket is for section 2. You can find out separately Ixx1, Ixx2 and then add both the values, you will get Ixx. This is shortcut method. Now what is for this bracket? Only consider section 1. For this bracket only consider section 2. Now what is B for section 1? Now see section 1 only. So forget this section 2. Only see section 1. For section 1 B is what? 15 into D is what? 120. 120 cube divided by 12 plus A1 area of section 1 is what? 1800 into Y bar is what? 100 minus Y1 is what? Y1 60 bracket square bracket completed plus for second bracket only see section 2. Forget this section. Now only see section 2. Now for section 2 B is 120 into D is 20 cube divided by 12 plus A2 is what? Area of section 2, that is 2400 into Y2 is what? 130 minus Y bar is 100 bracket square, second bracket complete. Now find out these separate values. Find out these 4 terms separately by using your calculator. So this term becomes 2.16 into 10 raised to 6 plus this term becomes 2.88 into 10 raised to 6 bracket complete plus this term becomes 80 into 10 raised to 3 plus this term becomes 2.16 into 10 raised to 6. Now add these two values. You will get 5.04 into 10 raised to 6 plus add these two values. You will get 2.24 into 10 raised to 6. Now add these two values. Now this is nothing but your Ixx1. This is nothing but your Ixx2. Now add both the values. You will get 7.28 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. So this is moment of inertia of T section about centroidal axis XX. So this is the simple method to find out moment of inertia about centroidal axis of a composite figure. Now this is your half answer. Now you have to find out moment of inertia of T section about YY axis also. So see how to find out moment of inertia about YY axis. Now see for YY axis. So moment of inertia of T section about y axis, that is we have to find out Iyy. So Iyy is equal to, now total moment of inertia about y axis is equal to moment of inertia of this section 1 about y axis plus moment of inertia of this section about y axis. So Iyy1 plus Iyy2. So again the centroid are not at one point, so use parallel axis theorem. So that is Ig plus AH square. This is for section 1 and this is for section 2. Now this is for section 1, so write 1 here. This is for 2, so write 2 here. So Ig1 plus A1H1 square plus Ig2 plus A2H2 square. Now friends, this Ig1 and H1 are different from previous Ix6. We use Ig1 and H1 in Ix6 also. So that values and these values are totally different. So remember this point, Ig1 is not previous value, this is different. H1 is also different than previous H1. This Ig2 is also different from previous Ig2 and H2 is also different from previous H2. So let us see Ig1, that is this Ig1 is nothing but moment of inertia of section 1 about y axis. So for section 1 we know for rectangular section Iyy is dB cube divided by 12. So here dB cube divided by 12. Remember this, for Iyy use Iyy of rectangular section, that is dB cube by 12 plus A1. H1 is nothing but x bar minus x1, x bar minus x1 bracket square plus for section 2 Ig2 is dB cube divided by 12 plus A2 H2 is x bar minus x2 bracket square. So that is equal to, now for section 1, for this bracket use the values of section 1, for this bracket use the values of section 2. Now for section 1, see, for section 1 D is 120, B is 15. So 120 into 15 cube divided by 12 plus A1 is area of section 1, that is 1800 into x bar is 60 mm minus x1 is 60 square plus for second section D is 20, B is 120 cube divided by 12 plus A2 is 2400 into x bar is 60 minus 60 square. So simple, Iyy is simple than Ix6. How? Let us see. Now find out these 4 terms separately. Now this term becomes 33.75 into 10 raised to 3 plus this term becomes 0 because 60 minus 60 is 0, 0 square is 0, then 0 into 1800 is 0 plus this term is 2.88 into 10 raised to 6 plus again this term is 0, 60 minus 60 0. So that is equal to, this is 33.75 into 10 raised to 3 plus 2.88 into 10 raised to 6. So that is equal to, add these both terms, you will get 2.913 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. This is total Iyy. That is moment of inertia of a T section about centroidal YY axis. Now you can find out polar moment of inertia also. So you know polar moment of inertia Ip is equal to Ixx plus Iyy. Now put the value of Ixx here, Iyy here, you will get Ip, that is polar moment of inertia of T section. So this is the simple way to find out moment of inertia of a T section. Thank you.